a profound statement that touches on one of the most fundamental truths about human progress and transformation. The idea that nothing changes until our minds changed speaks to the primacy of consciousness, perception, and mental frameworks in shaping our reality and driving meaningful change in the world. The mind as the foundation of change. At its core, this principle recognizes that all external transformation begins with internal transformation. Our minds are not passive observers of reality. They are active constructors of it. The way we perceive, interpret, and understand the world around us directly influences how we interact with it, what possibilities we see, and what actions we take. When our mental models remain fixed, we tend to reproduce the same patterns, make the same choices, and encounter the same limitations, regardless of changing external circumstances. Consider how scientific revolutions occur. Thomas Kuhn's concept of paradigm shifts illustrates this perfectly. For centuries, astronomers operated under the geocentric model, with Earth at the center of the universe. No amount of new observational data could change astronomy until minds were ready to embrace the heliocentric model. The data was always there, but it required a fundamental shift in thinking, a change of mind, to see it differently and revolutionize our understanding of the cosmos. Personal transformation and mental shifts. On an individual level, this principle manifests in countless ways. People struggling with addiction, for instance, often find that lasting recovery doesn't come from external interventions alone, rehab programs, medications, or support systems, but from a fundamental shift in how they see themselves and their relationship with their addiction. The moment of genuine change often comes with what many describe as a mental click or reframing of identity. From "I am an addict trying to quit" to "I am a person who doesn't use substances." Similarly, in personal relationships, we might find ourselves stuck in repetitive conflicts with family members, friends, or colleagues. We might change our words, our tactics, or our environment, but the same dynamics persist until we change our underlying assumptions about the other person, about ourselves, or about the nature of the relationship itself. The shift from "this person is trying to hurt me" to "this person is acting from their own pain or fear" can completely transform how we engage and what becomes possible. Collective and social change. The principle extends powerfully to social and collective transformation. Throughout history, the most significant social changes have been preceded by shifts in collective consciousness. The civil rights movement, women's suffrage, the abolition of slavery. These weren't just political or legal changes, but fundamental shifts in how societies thought about human dignity, equality, and rights. Consider the environmental movement. For decades, scientists presented data about pollution, resource depletion, and climate change, but widespread action didn't begin until there was a shift in collective thinking from seeing nature as an inexhaustible resource to be exploited, to understanding our interconnectedness with natural systems and our responsibility as stewards. The change in environmental policy and behavior followed the change in environmental consciousness. The challenge of mental inertia. Understanding this principle also helps us recognize why change is often so difficult. Our minds naturally resist change through various cognitive biases and psychological mechanisms. Confirmation bias leads us to seek information that confirms our existing beliefs while ignoring contradictory evidence. The sunk cost fallacy keeps us invested in failing approaches because we've already committed resources to them. Social proof makes us conform to existing norms and expectations. These mental patterns served evolutionary purposes. They helped our ancestors make quick decisions and maintain social cohesion. But in our rapidly changing world, mental flexibility has become crucial for adaptation and growth. The very mechanisms that once protected us can now limit us if we are not conscious of them. Cultivating mental flexibility, recognizing that nothing changes until our minds change, empowers us to focus our efforts where they can be most effective. instead of trying to force external changes. While maintaining the same mental frameworks, we can work on expanding our consciousness, questioning our assumptions, and developing new ways of seeing. This might involve practices like meditation, which helps us observe our thought patterns without being trapped by them. It could mean actively seeking diverse perspectives, reading widely, traveling, or engaging with people who challenge our worldview. Critical thinking skills help us examine our beliefs more objectively, while emotional intelligence helps us understand how our feelings influence our perceptions. The ripple effect of changed minds. When our minds change, the effects ripple outward in ways we might not immediately recognize. A changed mind approaches problems differently, sees new solutions, and takes different actions. It communicates differently, relates differently, and inspires differently. Others notice these changes and may be influenced to examine their own thinking. This is why education, at its best, is not about filling minds with information, but about expanding minds to think in new ways. It's why great leaders throughout history have been those who could help others see familiar situations from new perspectives. It's why artists, writers, and innovators who challenge conventional thinking often have impacts far beyond their immediate fields. In conclusion, this captures something essential about the nature of change itself. While we often focus on changing external circumstances, our environment, other people's behavior, systems, and structures, lasting transformation requires us to start with the one thing we have the most direct control over, our own consciousness. This doesn't mean external action isn't important. Rather, it suggests that our external actions become more effective and sustainable when they emerge from genuinely transformed understanding. When our minds change, we don't just do different things, we become different people, capable of creating and sustaining the changes we seek in the world. The beautiful paradox is that by focusing on changing our minds, we ultimately gain more power to change everything else. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated for more inspiring content. You can also leave a comment and share the video so that we could reach and inspire more people. Thank you, and to God be all the glory.